We caught this fraud. We caught it very early.
I've heard some people say that Tim Walz is a real nice guy. He's not. Take my word for it.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is in huge trouble. Walz has been caught up in some major scandals, fraud left and right. During COVID, he and his buddies handed out cash with no oversight, and millions have been stolen in broad daylight. State funds meant for needy kids were funneled into one of the biggest fraud schemes in U.S. history. Where's the accountability? That's how Democrats roll. Spend recklessly, play defense, and hope nobody notices. We're talking fraud on a massive scale here, folks. Failed audits, millions stolen, programs meant to help struggling families gutted by people who just don't care, and a governor who's got his head in the sand. He did say he was a knucklehead, though. He did say that.
We have an issue of fraud here in the state of Minnesota, that we have $500 million in known fraud under Governor Walz's time in office.
And you're talking about feeding our future.
That's one of them, yeah.
Feeding Our Future, a program overseen by Minnesota's Department of Education, was the single largest COVID-19 fraud scheme in the nation, according to the Department of Justice. Nearly $250 million in federal tax dollars was supposed to go to feeding children in need. Instead, dozens of people involved in the scheme stole the money, buying houses, luxury cars, and a suburban bar and restaurant, according to a federal indictment.
We caught this fraud. We caught it very early. We alerted the right people.
This past June, the state legislative auditor's investigation found that the Minnesota Department of Education's actions and inactions created opportunities for fraud, failed to act on warning signs, and did not effectively exercise its authority to hold Feeding Our Future accountable.
Governor Walz is responsible for the fraud that has been ongoing in the state of Minnesota. By not making any changes within his administration, then yes, it falls squarely on his shoulders.
It's the same old story with these Democrats. And this kind of corruption is why government programs run out of funds. Letting $250 million be stolen from kids, it's got to be disqualifying, right? It's got to be.